welcome back to Seduce Mentors. And आज मेरे साथ Snap toppers हैं, and they all belong to the mighty SIBM Pune, one of the top institutions in the country. On my ranking, it's 14th. मेरे ख्याल से NIRF ranking has also been great. If I'm not wrong, it's around about 13 मेरे ख्याल से. And this session is going to be a mixture of how one should be preparing for SNAP examination. If you're gunning for 99 percentile plus plus, and we're also going to talk about some fun facts about SIBM Pune, whether it is rigorous or not, and what sort of fun activities these guys do on the campus. So guys, kindly just confirm if we are live and if you all can, if the audio and video is good enough. Fine. So my first question, rather, everybody, welcome, Sai, Glenn, Shreyasi, and Prajwal. Hey sir, love from Patna Sahib. Love you back, bro. And Patna Sahib, it's a holy place. So thank you so very much for joining from there. So guys, again, coming back to you, I'll ask you some tough questions to begin with, and then the stage is yours. Number one, a lot of people feel that SNAP is an easy exam. It's just a 60-minute exam and 60 questions, and anybody can do it. What was your experience? If you really have to decode it and tell me the brutal reality.
Hi, Ketan. Hi, everyone. I think I might take this question up. We have got this question a lot, that people have this perception that SNAP might be, easier than the other entrance exams that are out there. But what I feel is that while SNAP does have like fewer questions and a shorter duration than other exams, it is far from easy. Okay, the time pressure, the sectional cutoffs, and diverse question patterns, all these factors make it highly competitive. So cracking SNAP will require strategic preparation and also strong time management. And you have to be very consistent with mock tests. So the difficulty level may seem lower to people, but performing well demands the same level of focus and commitment as the other exams. Yeah.
Okay. And when we talk about 99, I think crossing 40 in 60 minutes is not a joke at all. And I think these guys are very well eligible, because whether exam is easy or not, I think 99% error se better kaun janta hai. So I think that's the point. Yes. Anybody else wanna put in some thoughts on it? Yeah.
So I don't think so. It's an easy examination, sir, because you have to maintain the accuracy. You have to keep thinking quick, and it's like quick thinking is required. You need to put all your knowledge, all your applications into that short period of time. So the questions might seem easy when looked from a different perspective, but in that 1 hour, it's not at all easy.
Got it. And आप लोगों का CAT कैसे गया था? Like you guys also did a fantastic job in CAT, या फिर SNAP was the best shot?
Yeah, so our CAT exam also went fairly well. Each of us scored well, but for me personally, SIBM was my dream college. So.
And I think kudos to you guys, because I was thinking about it, the other day, is that SNAP mein last year mere khayal se close to 1,40,000 applications were there. And I'm damn sure out of that has to be 80-90,000 for SIBM Pune, no doubt about that. So guys, ये जो यहाँ पे बैठे हैं ना 4 लोग, they have actually beaten more than 80,000 students out there. So it's not that simple to make it to SIBM Pune. तो वो भी एक चीज देख लेना कि यार SIBM Pune is one of the best B school, and वहाँ पे क्रैक करने के लिए आपको इंटरव्यू भी बहुत अच्छा देना पड़ेगा. Now coming back to the another point, I think Sai was saying something, if I'm not wrong. If Glenn was saying something, if I'm not wrong. Did I miss that point?
So you were talking about his CAT K percentile and everything. So I did fairly well in my CAT exam. I got calls from IIM Shillong and other colleges as well. But nice. I wanted to pursue HR as a specialization. That is why I chose SIBM. So SIBM was my dream college. Let's say.
Okay, fantastic. Now let's understand. Is it completely speed-based exam? या उसमें भी थोड़ा बहुत डिफिकल्टी लेवल गॉच करके थोड़े अटेम्प्ट्स कम नीचे करना पड़ता है? What has been your experience, guys?
So what I think, speed is not the only thing which is required, because you need to have accuracy as well. And
Hmm.
when you get speed and accuracy together, that's where you
Hmm.
crack the SNAP examination. Because some questions are
Hmm.
easy, some
Hmm.
questions are difficult. Maybe while you're doing it in a hurry, the easy questions might go wrong, and
Hmm.
the difficult questions might get right because you're doing it, you're thinking so much into it that anything can happen. So speed plus accuracy is the key to crack SNAP.
Hmm. Okay. Cool. I would love to understand from Shreyasi because Shreyasi comes from the architecture background, and she is also 99th percentiler. How did you nail it? Because you can be a hope to a lot of non-engineers out there.
Okay, so I have a very different experience in my preparation journey. So
Hmm.
let me just begin by saying that I started preparation very, very late. I started around August last year, and
Oh.
and since in architecture is very, very different from other fields, and I had lost touch with all maths and English and everything for like 5 years, and then work experience, so practically like 6 years. So I knew that I had a lot to cover. There was a
Hmm.
lot that I needed to brush up on, to
Hmm.
relearn.
Hmm.
But again, being from an architecture background, I had that practice of staying up late and pulling all nighters
Hmm.
and all that. So the
Hmm.
first few months, like the first few days, I focused solely on getting all the concepts right, like my basics right, from brushing up my basics to all the different, especially quant, because I felt like that was something that I needed to focus more on.
Hmm.
So from quants, lr verbal, everything, I first began by having a complete understanding of all the topics thoroughly
Hmm.
before jumping into mocks.
Hmm.
Because otherwise I wouldn't have felt confident when I would see that I would not be performing
Hmm.
good in mocks. So
Hmm.
that was kind of how I began, and slowly it took time for me to start doing well. But yes, I kept at it. I didn't lose my motivation. I had a strict timetable that I used to follow, and yeah, it kind of paid off in the long run.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Anybody else want to add on to anything when it comes to quants in Snap? Because quants थोड़ा सा सरप्राइजिंग फैक्टर होता है स्नैप में पिछले 2-3 साल में मैंने देखा है and I think that is where the problem comes into picture. Anybody else want to add something onto it?
Yes, sir. So I would like to add. Well, even though I'm an engineer, surprising that an engineering guy might say this, but my quants was not a very strong pursuit. So,
Okay.
but I followed a thorough. It was a rigorous plan. I had to work
Hmm.
with the basics. I started with the basics by getting my basics right, and the
Hmm.
second thing I did was practice questions. So I
Okay.
practiced a lot of questions. With this practice
Hmm.
questions, you set your fundamentals right. And
True.
the third thing I did was do mock tests. So you
Hmm.
might not know what kind of new questions you encounter in your exams. So doing a lot of mock tests gets you into an understanding of what different types of problems you can approach. And the fourth
Hmm.
thing that a lot of people subtly consider is revision, sir. So I used to
Hmm.
revise my concepts every week so that
That's
I
important.
at least stay updated with it.
Hmm. Hmm. True that. Perfect. Are you guys gonna cover the slide wala part जहाँ पे 99% L के बारे में you will be talking about, or you will be covering some important topics? You guys wanna do that on the PPT? Okay, you will be doing that. Fair enough. So I leave that up to you. Now I'll ask you some questions based on SIBM Pune because I think that is something a lot of people are wanting to know. My first question, like you guys are from first year, how rigorous is SIBM Pune? बिकॉज तुम्हारा यार हिल टॉप कैंपस है, एकदम एकदम ऐसा चिल मोड होता है वहां पे, या फिर आपका एकेडमिक रिगर ज्यादा होता है? Do you guys also have surprise quizzes the way it's there in IIMs and top notch institutions in the country? I know the stuff very well, that's for sure, but then I want you guys to tell people जो अभी aspirant है कि boss, we are equally rigorous compared to other campuses like IIT Delhi and IIMs, koi code Indore and MDI Gurgaon of the world. Please, somebody take this question up.
Yeah, so we actually do have a very rigorous program as well. So, like, particularly, we do have surprise quizzes that are there. We do have a lot of focus on academics as well. We do have
Hmm.
classes where we do study a lot of different things from all different subjects. as well as we
Okay.
do focus on case competitions that we all do. So we actively participate in we also win case competition. This is something that we do.
Yeah.
Um, Another thing that we all focuses on is the councils that we are actually part of. We have a lot of councils that we are part of. We have 7 councils as well as special interest groups where we actually do a lot of work there. So overall, our entire day goes into academics as well as the council work that we do. So generally, it's a very rigorous program, and it shows by the efforts that we show out with our NIF ranking as well as the things that we do, winning the case competition. So we actually have a lot of things that we do.
Okay. Anybody else want to add anything?
So, sir, recently I would like to, since Glenn mentioned about case competitions, recently we at SIBM first years we've been exposed to a lot of case competitions on campus. We've
Right.
been the national winner for the ATEL case competition, and people have been selected for Kenview, Flipkart, and these case competitions. We've been there on the pedestal everywhere. So I feel that academic rigor is of much importance at SIBM Pune.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Somebody saying his placement good there. His average 11 lakhs per annum. Arey Baba. Did you not read the title? Bro, what's up? Like, this is SIBM Pune. Come on, are you kidding me? The average has crossed 28 lakhs per annum. They are now better than the, I am Indore of the world, man. Come on. We are talking about SIBM Pune. Anyway, coming back to the point. How is the diversity, yaar? Because um I know your senior was also my student, Soumya. She was from zoology. She was a part of ART. How is the diversity in your classroom? First year हो गया, second year हो गया. Like freshers आते हैं, freshers हैं या फिर पूरा वर्केक्स वाला है. And अगर मान लो जो भी आपकी gender diversity है, do you see people from humanities background, zoology background, psychology, etc., etc. Please talk about that as well. Placement ke bare mein, guys, we will talk. I will take that question up. We'll just talk about what is inside SIBM Pune. Please go ahead, guys. You are on mute, Shreyanshi.
Yeah, sorry.
Perfect.
So I think diversity-wise, we have a lot of diversity in our batch. If we talk about from the point of view of WorkX and freshers, we have a mix of freshers, people with 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, as well as 4 years, I think, of WorkX. So there's a very good mix of candidates in that sense. Background-wise, I can say that I am an architect. Then I have a friend who's a lawyer. There's a dentist in my batch.
Oh,
Then there
nice.
are people from, like you said, that there are people from humanities background, psychology,
Yeah.
engineers are already there. So in that sense, and gender-wise also, I would say that the ratios are very good in our campus.
Fantastic. So again, guys, if at all anybody stumbled upon this video in future, I strongly want to tell you one thing is that, see, there are a lot of people, even guys, for you, I'll tell you, like, जब हम students को देखते हैं ना, so there are certain students, they are like कि यार कहते हैं सर मुझे सिर्फ ब्लैकी में जाना है, या फिर यार कहते हैं सर मुझे सिर्फ एचपी जैन्स तक जाना है, मुझे एफएमएस में जाना है, या फिर आईएफटी दिल्ली में जाना है. Trust me, when you really sit down and when you talk to these students from ART हो या प्लेसकॉम हो, या फिर अगर आप SIBM पुणे की प्लेसमेंट रिपोर्ट देख लो, या फिर आप SIBM पुणे का थोड़ा कल्चर देख लो, इनकी जो एक्टिविटीज होती है, ट्रांसेंड वगैरह, जो इनके जो फ्लैगशिप इवेंट्स है, अगर आप वो देखोगे, SIBM पुणे इज ऑल्सो वेरी फेमस फॉर द केस कॉम्स. जो केस कॉम्स इनके बच्चे करते हैं, हार्डली मैंने देखा है वो ब्लैकीज वगैरह में भी होता है. सो it's a different tangent altogether. So the point that I want to put in here is that if at all you feel that via cat you missed on to let's say Blackie, or let's say Excel, or maybe FMS, or maybe IFT Delhi, I think this is the place wherein you can definitely match up to the level, right? तो ऐसा नहीं है कि यार आपको सिर्फ कैट करना है, बिकॉज कुछ बच्चे होते हैं, दे आर लाइक फिनिकी, आई विल डू ओनली कैट एंड आई विल डू ओनली ज़ैट स्नैप एंड ऑल. But I strongly recommend that if you have a caliber which is of, like, let's say KLI, if Calcutta, I think you should give it a shot for Snap, because at least for SIBM Pune, I think this is the only college that I would definitely want you guys to give it a shot for a Snap. कन्वर्ट करके रखो, फिर बाद में एंड में देखेंगे मार्च अप्रैल में हमें कौन सा कॉलेज ज्वाइन करना है. So all the students who are from that sort of a bucket, I would say, you should be considering SNAP as an examination. Now, coming back to the placement wala cheese, I'm not sure whether you guys are allowed to talk or not, but then I will be taking this question directly. Placement wise, they are fabulous. The highest package this year, rather last their seniors, was 49 lakhs per annum. The average was around about 28.1 lakhs something, and they've done a fantastic job. Now let me give you a little bit idea. तो जहां तक बात है सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग के लिए, इट्स अ मैक्का. So if you really want to do sales and marketing, you should be going for SIBM Pune, because I'll tell you some, hidden stuff. You name a company like Marico ho, Mondelez ho, you name any FMCG company in the country, उनके top management में SIBM Pune के alum बैठे हुए हैं. Lot of people do not know this, and this is the fact. The CEOs and the chief marketing officers and the chief HR, they are all from SIBM Pune. मतलब इनका जो network है FMCG में, it's crazy. It's better than the some of the blackies, I would say. I won't name it, but I'm gonna say that. That's for sure. This is number one. Number two, अगर हम बात करें, it's a hidden gem for operations also. इनके seniors जो है, they've left IIT Bombay वगैरह वगैरह, and they made it to SIBM Pune. Operations की average इस साल सबसे ज़्यादा है compared to other specialization, that is 30 lakhs per annum, and that's crazy, by the way. Again, with very good companies coming on the campus. Number three, a lot of people were talking about SIBM Pune 2 years back that it's not good for finance and yada yada yada. No, that is absolutely wrong. It is equally brilliant as far as finance is concerned. One of my student, Anmol, student of the year finance, felicitated by CEO of JP Morgan Chess India. He's in JPMC. Uska batchmate Anubhav, he's also in JPMC. Both of them are into investment banking. Very good role. मेरे ख्याल से middle office front end वाला role है. So you can get good rules for finance also. रही बात consulting के लिए, over a period of time, it has done a very good job as far as the consulting is concerned. And I saw a video saying that consulting के लिए अच्छा नहीं है. बाद में फिर मैंने वीडियो बनाई, फिर मैंने कहा नहीं यार consulting अच्छी है, McKinsey वैकेंसी कैंपस पे आती है. So ये तो है ही है, but I'll tell you there is one more thing, and again it's a hidden gem. This college is definitely really good for HR. You cannot miss HR specialization when it comes to SIBM Pune, guys. I mean, underrated लगता है कभी-कभी मुझे, because इतना बड़ा ब्रांड है कि हम कंसल्टिंग, सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग में चले जाते हैं, तो ऑपरेशंस और एचआर मुझे लगता है कि थोड़े से अंडररेटेड हो जाते हैं. बट फॉर एचआर आल्सो, SIBM Pune is a fantastic brand, should be in top 7 top 6 in the country. So placement wise आपको लोड नहीं लेना है, आपको जाके मेहनत करनी है, फिर तो पैसा ही पैसा. ठीक है गाइस, आई थिंक दैट्स इट फ्रॉम माय साइड. नाउ इट्स ओवर टू यू. SIBM Pune के जो हमारे एडमिशंस कमेटी के बच्चे हैं, बड़े प्यार से they have got some presentations for you, slide by slide. So be a good student and listen to them. ये कुछ आपको अच्छी बातें बताने वाले हैं, and do it like to this session. Guys, over to you. I have added the Spock. You guys can go ahead and start doing the presentation. I'm going to be here for some time. Let me know if there is any help you need. Do we have does SIBM
we're just
Pune have
setting up the presentation, sir. So if you could.
yeah, it's okay, not a problem, take your time. How can I pray for SNAP and NMAT along with CAT from now, mostly for DLR and verbal? By the time these guys are getting their PPT up, I would say मेरे ख्याल से SNAP and NMAT आप side by side कर सकते हो. I'll give you a quick idea. What we do in C2C Mentors is basically Friday, Saturday, Sunday आने वाले दिनों में we will be doing SNAP and NMAT together. Now I think NMAT differs a bit when it comes to SNAP. Sai, let me know once the PPT is up. By then I just take the questions. Yeah. So when it comes to NMAT, I think NMAT का critical reasoning will be on a slightly different, I would say difficult side पे होगा, and SNAP का level एक moderate level पे होता है. Quant and DI वहाँ पे NMAT में थोड़ा सा calculate होता है. So I would say at least in the month of October, focus doing the basics at a similar level. And then in the month of November, first week, you can kind of increase the difficulty level and start doing थोड़ा calculation oriented data interpretation. Every critical reasoning a difficult question up, you guys can do that way. So I think इस तरीके से आप कर सकते हो. Fine. ये दीदी की ad देखी है Snap वाली, is she from Shreyasi? People will spot you guys and they'll be like, इस दीदी की ad मैंने देखी है, ये same दीदी है. My goodness, fan moment for you, Shreyasi. Guys,
Yeah,
अभी
I mean, I don't know how to react to this now.
you'll get used to it now. Shall we go ahead with the PPT? Yeah, time लगेगा. I'll just add. I think.
Ketan sir, yeah. So she's waiting in the backstage.
मैंने
If you
add
can
किया है
just
उनको.
add.
Yeah, she's there. She's there on the screen. Okay, I'm gonna add again. That's the aspirant relation team, right? That's the box that we're talking about. Does WorkX person get higher package than fresher in placement? ना. Freshers भी बहुत अच्छे से करते हैं. WorkX वाले भी बहुत अच्छे से करते हैं. I think the only thing is that how do you perform in the interview? How good is your profile? I think that matters a lot. Hey guys, do we have laterals in SIBM Pune? I'm sorry if I missed that part. Do we have laterals like IIMs के fresher के पहले placement चालू होता है 2 महीना? ऐसा कुछ है या फिर सब साथ में ही बैठते हैं?
So we all sit in together. I don't really understand what lateral is.
So what happens now in IIMs, those who got a work ex of more than a year, right? So I'll tell you from IIM Ahmedabad perspective. So IIM Ahmedabad ka calendar is basically February, but in the month of December, lateral चालू हो जाता है उन बच्चों के लिए जिनका वर्क एक्स है 1 साल के ऊपर, राइट? तो पहले उनको प्रायोरिटी दी जाती है, फिर उसके बाद फ्रेशर्स, ऐसा होता है. सो ऐसा कुछ है एसआईबीएम में या फिर सब लोग साथ में ही बैठते हैं? अच्छा, साथ में ही बैठते हैं. नाइस.
Yes, sir. It's a fair and transparent process.
अच्छा, it's a fair and transparent process. That is important. Into inverted comma. You guys will learn all these things यार once you get into the B school. ये काफी मजा आता है. वो चीजें हमें बताई जाती है कि आपको यही बोलना है तो हम बोल देते हैं. Sweet यार शाही. Thank you. Sir, non-engineers का कैसे chances है Snap में? Yeah. I think non-engineers can also do very well. There are a good amount of non-engineers sitting inside SIBM, Pune. I think अनुभव एंड अनमोल, आई थिंक ये दोनों भी नॉन इंजीनियर्स ही थे. आई मीन लॉट ऑफ पीपल इन द पैनल ना जो जेडीपीआई प्रिपेयर कराते हैं हमारे साथ फ्रॉम एसआईबीएम पुणे, इनके सीनियर्स ही है वो नॉन इंजीनियर्स यार. तो नॉन इंजीनियर्स के तो चांदी है ना. सर, आई हैव 7 years का गैप एंड एवरेज अकेट्स कैन आई गेट इनटू एसआईबीएम पुणे, टारगेट क्या रखूं? या if you have gap, so SIBM Pune is not going to be bashing you if you got 7 years ka gap. Don't worry, they respect talent. If you got a good profile, you are in, boss, with a definitely with good percentile, no doubt about that. By the way, there is one more thing that I want to tell about SIBM Pune. When it comes to symbiosis, the quality is something that they can never compromise. So I have seen people getting rejected at 99.90, 99.87, joining SMHRD, and folks joining SIBM Pune at 98.50, 99, 99.50, 99.80. तो SIBM Pune is very particular about quality. तो आप लोड ना लेना, आपकी प्रोफाइल अगर अच्छी है बेटा, आप फाड़ो स्नैप में एंड हो सकता है. ठीक है. अगेन राइट. So the PPT guy just tried to hide himself. So ठीक है, we'll take some time. Guys, if you want to answer some questions, you can answer.
All right. Yeah, I think we can do a little bit of Q&A while the PPT is
Yeah.
getting set up.
So hold on, what's the issue? Is she not able to put it on the screen or something like that? I can change some. There's nothing wrong with the settings as such.
She is not able to share her screen, it seems.
So okay, so I'll help. She should be seeing the this present icon bottom line पे, and वहां पे जाके उनको फिर वो present में जाके उनको वो PPT select करना है. I think वो पहले किया था उन्होंने, but अभी हो नहीं रहा है, कोई लोड नहीं है. How much score to target? Guys, क्या score target? Glenn, you're there. So what should be the score that these guys should be targeting?
So it's a very dynamic score, sir. Every year the markings change, and
True.
but it all depends on how well you target the exam. So each section, how well do you score, and time management is a very important factor as well. So anything over, so I would personally look at it as something over 40, 45 would be a good range. That's something that you would look at. But it varies from every year to year. It can change from every year. So that's how you would look at it.
Okay. Okay, cool. Key points we should remember for Snap. What? Okay, you know what? I'll ask you one interesting question. कितने attempts देने हैं Snap के guys? Honestly, सब बोलते हैं पहला वाला बहुत easy होता है, तीसरे वाला एकदम difficult होता है. What's your experience with that?
So it's definitely not the case that one of the exams is easy or the other exams, like the first one is easy or the third one is hard or something like that. Uh, it's a complete random thing. Many a times, all the level of all three papers is exactly the same. Sometimes some paper gets a bit some gets a little difficult than the other, but it's almost in the same range. So it's means it's not logical to say that okay, you should take this set first or the other set or the third one. And the more tests you take, the more chances you give to yourself, the better it is. So for me personally, I had taken all the three attempts, and I think it was the first or the second test which I had cleared, means in which I had got the maximum score, and all three were of the same range for the last year, according to me.
Hmm. Hmm. So one of my topper 99.96, she's inside SIBM Pune. उसका video भी था मेरे साथ last year. You guys might have seen her. So उसका first attempt was 99 plus plus. Second, she went down to 97, I believe. In the third, she nailed 99.96. And that's insane. I met somebody, I met Lavanya from SMHRD. She's also part of ART, admissions team. She said uska 99.33, which was the highest score, वो third attempt में आया था. तो I think आपको तीनों attempt देने चाहिए guys. है ना, अगर आपका budget है, बिंदास आप तीनों attempt दे दो. Yeah, Shreyasi, give us a good news. Do we have the PPT?
No, so I wanted to just add that it is not just about what questions you get that day, right? Because there are a lot of other factors that are not in your control. Maybe you're just not in the right headspace someday. Maybe something has happened which has distracted you. So it's always better to keep all the options open in front of you so that you can maximize your score. And that's why all of us believe that it's always the best option to go for all three attempts.
True. True. If I have missed the mock test that was on 4th, so what is the backup? Where should I practice? Hey, there are a lot of free mocks. Even C2C is going to come up with the free mocks, so don't worry about it. You'll get a lot of free mocks. Yeah, tension ना लो. I think Coffee with SIBM Pune में भी कुछ तो mocks वगैरह दिए जाते हैं. Are these guys in SIBM? हाँ, they are from SIBM. They are from the first year of SIBM Pune. It's okay. It's 11 o'clock. People are now joining this, trying to understand. कैट का कौन का क्वेश्चन बन रहे हैं स्नैप का कर पाऊंगा ना सर. देवर्षि, अगर बेटा कैट का कौन बनता है तो स्नैप का भी कौन आप कर पाओगे, कोई लोड नहीं है. बट मुझे लगता है ना स्नैप का कौन ना थोड़ा मिस्चिवस होता है, थोड़ा ट्रिकी होता है, बिकॉज आपको उसको ना यार 40-50 सेकंड में निकालना है हर एक क्वेश्चन को. तो स्नैप में बेटा इट्स ऑल स्पीड एंड स्पीड. सो you might get one or two questions which are googly, and if you get stuck at it, then the day is spoiled. तो मुझे लगता है कि हाँ, अगर आप कैट कर पाओगे तो बेटा स्नैप का कौन सा आप कर पाओगे, थोड़ा स्पीड पे ध्यान देना. ठीक है. Again, if you have the issue with the PPT na, Prajwal, kindly share it with me. I can, go ahead and take it to the main screen. तो वो मुझे आप WhatsApp पे भेज दो जो ग्रुप है
Yeah,
अपना.
I think we're getting it done, sir.
Yeah. What is the good profile, sir? Can you please throw some light on it? So, okay, I'll take this question and then I think Prajwal or Sai can add on. A good profile, there is nothing specific as such. You might be 666 with 3 years of work ex in Accenture strategy. It's a good profile with 99.80. Right? You might be, let's say, 999 with 1 year ka work ex in small company, and maybe you're a gold medalist. It's a good profile. So there is nothing specific as such कि good profile का ये होता है. फिर वैसे देखा जाए तो भाई there are people, they are meritorious, there are people, they are gold medalists, there are people with 3 years of work ex, with somebody working on site in US, रशिया वशिया काम करके आए हैं. ये भी बढ़िया बढ़िया प्रोफाइल होती है यार. ठीक है. Anything you want to add, please go ahead. Good profile में.
Yes, sir. I would like to give my example. My scores in my undergraduation were not that great. So I had a profile of 997. But after that, I had 2 years of work experience. But that didn't had any problem in my selection into SIBM, because I was that profile actually worked for me. So do not, to the people who are watching, do not worry if you don't have a 999 or you don't have work X or you have too much work X or you're fresher. Your profile is great. Trust me. That's all I want to say. Focus on your preparation.
So I would also like to add on that people start freaking out about profiles and they start thinking that is my profile good, am I eligible? But I would say that uh, at this moment of time you please focus on getting a very good score. If you are having a if you have the score, you have a high chance of getting into the college. So I say that please focus on getting a score first, and then make sure your interview goes well, and that I think everything will be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and to add on to that itself, so I have a very diverse background itself, and
Hmm.
I personally have done engineering, and then I also have a post grad and plus 2.5 3 years of work experience itself. So I feel that a profile can be anything. There are people with multiple different profiles in our batch itself, and they're still here. Uh, so what really, as Lochan himself mentioned, what really matters at this particular point is how do you maximize your preparation? How do you study well, and how do you attempt to clear the exam. That is the main thing that school aspirants should actually focus on right now. And profile. Okay, I guess we have the presentation that has come up.
Yeah,
Yes,
that is what we've been waiting for. And
yes.
he's like, Glenn stopped right there. He's like, okay, hold on, we've got the present.
I'm pretty sure
Sweet, man,
everyone were
sweet.
waiting for the presentation. So
Yeah,
I just wanted to, and since everyone
yeah,
has
yeah, go
spoken
ahead, go
already.
ahead.
So yeah, yes. Okay, great, great. So I guess we
Perfect.
can start off right now.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay. Okay.
perfect.
So we can begin. Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. So hi everyone. So we at SIBM are presenting this topic of how to crack SNAP 2024. So first of all, we have heard a lot of us speaking about various questions posted by Ketan sir, and we have covered most of the aspects. But still, we have a very interesting presentation for you today. So I suggest you stick to the end so that you get the maximum out of this presentation. So firstly, we are the hosts of today's session, and we'll cover our profiles one by one. Over to you, Shreyashi.
Hi everyone. My name is Reyoshi Nandi. I am from Kolkata, but I've been soaking in the Mumbai vibe for the past 7 years. I have graduated in architecture from Sir JJ College of Architecture and spent a year designing buildings before I decided to switch gears. So now I'm chasing my dream of MBA and I'm pursuing my MBA in marketing at SIBM Pune. When I'm not busy with coursework and council work, you'll find me on the basketball court, or you'll find me binge watching web series or humming tunes when I'm sure that no one's listening. My co-hosts for the day are Glenn, Lochan, and Prajwal. We are part of the aspirant relations team. So the aspirant relations team is committed to supporting aspirants like you, ensuring a seamless admission experience. So feel free to contact us anytime on our social media platforms or through our official email. We are always here to assist you. And additionally, we have shared our LinkedIn profile in the description for your convenience. So now let me invite Lochan to introduce himself.
Okay, so hey, I am Sai Lochan, and I am from the coastal city of Visakhapatnam. It is called the City of Destiny, and I'm very proud of my place. So, with the background of mechanical engineering, as I mentioned, I have spent around 33 months in the IT sector, serving as a build engineer. So now I'm here at SIBM to pursue my passion, which is HR, and I'm also a passionate Toastmaster. I'm constantly in search of sharpening my communication skills and leadership skills. And when you see me not working, you can also see me doing my freelancing. I am a part-time freelancing digital artist where I spend most of my free time. So I would like to invite Glenn to share his profile as well.
Yeah, thanks, Lochan. So, hi everyone. My name is Glenn Ruben D'Souza. I come from the city of Mangalore in Karnataka. So, I'm currently pursuing marketing at SIBM Pune. I've worked for almost 2.5 years as a manager at Randstad India. On an educational front, as I mentioned, I have a bachelor's in computer science engineering. Then I took a creative turn with the Young India Fellowship, which is a postgraduate degree in liberal studies from Ashoka University. And on an extracurricular front, I am a self-taught guitarist and a pianist. I also am an avid chess player, and I also perform magic. And I've performed magic at events as well. Yeah. So over to Prajwal.
So, hey, everyone. My name is Prajwal Pandey, and I come from the city of Brotherhood, Asansol, which is in West Bengal. I'm a mechanical engineer, graduated from Birla Institute of Technology, Mesra, in the year 2021. After that, I jumped into the world of sales as an assistant sales manager in Ranchi for about 2 years before deciding to level up with an MBA in marketing at SIBM Pune. So that was all about me. When I'm not cracking marketing strategies, you'll probably find me on the cricket field, like trying to bring out my inner MS Dhoni. So that was about me. So without further ado, let's begin by talking about the main topic of the day, Snap. Let's keep it very interactive and fun. What is Snap? How many of you know what Snap is? Do you know what? Do you know you can give up to 3 attempts of snaps and the best out of three will be taken? Let me, yeah, just keep putting your answers in the chat box. Yeah, good. Some of you are aware of the structure of the exam. In the next segment, we will briefly go over the exam and its structure. Okay, so just let me talk about Snap. So Snap is a 1 hour computer-based test. It is an objective test, and each question will have 4 options. One aspect to keep in mind is that there are negative marking of 25%. This means that this is not the place to randomly make guesses and mark anything for the sake of answering it. So you can register for 1, 2, or 3 exams as per your decision. Okay. Uh, Over to you, Glenn.
Yeah, so let us look at certain frameworks that can be used to actually optimize your MBA preparation. So we have three particular frameworks that we're looking at. So we have the ABC prioritization, we have the 2 minute rule, as well as the SWOT analysis. So by chance, does anyone have any idea about these frameworks? Please do mention in the chat box any particular idea, any particular knowledge. So if we can have some people just talking about it, um, so that would be great. So let's see if we can get some responses. There are a lot of you who are there on the chat. If any of you all know any of these frameworks, okay, great. So we do have a few people who are saying that they are aware. So I guess some of you all have a rough idea, but let me actually go through these frameworks very quickly. So firstly, we have the ABC prioritization framework. So this actually helps you categorize your study tasks by urgency and importance. So focus on a task like urgent. So a task, so urgent and important, like preparing for an upcoming mock exam. Then we can actually look at the B tasks. So these are important, but are actually not very urgent, such as revising key concepts. And limit C tasks, so which are neither important or neither urgent, like revisiting already mastered topics or spending too much time on less relevant sections. Let's take an example. Let's take the general English section for and then A task. So this can be something that is urgent and important, and you'd like to complete practice tests on vocabulary and grammar, especially if the mock exam is approaching. Then we have B tasks, which are important but not urgent, and these would be reading editorials to build comprehension skills. And lastly, we have C tasks, which are neither important nor urgent, and this would be particularly spending excessive time on learning obscure vocabulary things that may not have very high relevance. So, coming to the second framework, which is the 2 minute rule, this is a very practical approach. Let's take it this way: if a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. This might include answering a quick question, reviewing flashcards, or organizing your study materials. So, handling these small tasks right away keeps you on a track and prevents procrastination. Let's take an example. So, in Quants, we can actually apply the 2 minute rule to revisiting two formulas or concepts that you tend to forget. Then we can actually look at the third framework, which is SWOT analysis. So, and this is very crucial for evaluating your preparation. Firstly, we need to assess your strengths. So that can be, say, quantitative skills. Then we can assess what our weaknesses are. So these are areas that actually need improvement. Some of them, some aspirants might have verbal reasoning as some of their weaknesses. Then we can look at opportunities, resources like study groups or online courses. These can be resources that can be used. And finally, we have threats. So threats are challenges such as balancing work and study. So that is something that I had to do myself. And when we use the SWOT analysis, we are able to create a targeted strategy, such as leveraging your strength in practice tests, develop plans to improve weaknesses, seizing the opportunity for additional support, as well as prepare for threats by creating a flexible study schedule. For example, in analytical and logical reasoning, we can analyze a performance using the following SWOT analysis. When we look at strengths, so we're good at solving pattern recognition and series questions. Then we have weaknesses, which can be, say, difficulty with complex puzzles like seating arrangements. Then thirdly, we have opportunities. And in opportunities, we can actually look at developing skills and tools that actually break down these complex puzzles and step by step. And finally, we have threats. A new threat in preparing for MBA exams is information overload. So this was something that I had to face myself. So there is an abundance of study materials and advice available. Even online, it's very easily available. So, and it's very easy to feel overwhelmed, which can lead to confusion and lack of focus. So trying to manage and prioritizing relevant information becomes very crucial. And this can be used to avoid scattered preparation and stay on track. Finally, then we have the strategy that we can build. So this can actually be done by regular practice of certain questions that you're trying to solve, and avoiding complacency by diversifying practice sets. So this is something that we can actually look at. So overall, this kind of analysis gives you an in-depth understanding of where you stand and in what areas you actually need to improve. So the examples that I gave here are very subjective, and strengths and weaknesses can vary from person to person. Now we look at the question that we can actually look at: how do you apply these frameworks in your study plan? So, just a question to the audience: how many of you have actually started your preparation full fledged, and how many of you all actually just started the preparations right now? So, y'all can just text in the chat box about these two questions that I asked. A lot of people might have already started their preparation, might have done finishing all the topics as well as revising as well. So, whereas some have just started, so that can be very challenging as well, very interesting as well. So, this is something that we can look at. Okay, so some of y'all have actually said that y'all have started right now, or some of have said that they've actually they finished preparation as well. So don't worry, we will come up with a study plan that caters for all of you. So we'll try to divide this entire presentation into two sections. So in the first section, we'll actually outline a study plan for the students who have started preparing consistently. And in the second section, we'll provide guidance for those who are just starting out, like trying to help them craft an effective plan that can actually help them succeed in the upcoming exams. So firstly, we can look at a month-wise study plan for the MBA aspirants. Okay. So trying to streamline your study plan in the first 60 days. So we have the months of October and November. So preparing for an MBA exams require a structured approach. So especially if you have already begun your studies. So in the month of October, you can actually try to focus on strengthening your core concepts in quantitative ability, general English, and even analytical and logical reasoning, and also reading comprehension. So to start by trying to use the ABC prioritization method to actually categorize your topics. You can identify critical areas which actually need urgent attention, and comfortable topics such as revision, and then we can actually go for light review as well. So also try to establish a daily routine that covers all these three sections. Incorporate the 2-minute rule to actually handle small tasks, keeping your momentum steady. So once October starts to end, try to take weekly mock tests to assess your progress, and then you apply your SWOT analysis to refine your strategies. So then in the month of November, we can actually shift to intensive practice to increase your accuracy and speed. So here you can actually look at trying to solve full length mock tests every week and then analyze your performance. You can give as many mocks as possible, and you don't necessarily have to stick to one. So try to divide your day efficiently to manage time. Then you can actually continue refining your study topics through daily prioritization, and then you can actually wrap up with a light review of the key concepts that you have studied in those final days. And this entire structured plan will not only enhance your foundational knowledge, but it will also help you strategically tackle your weaknesses. And this will actually help you succeed in your MBA exams. So now for the students who have actually just started their preparations, they might be feeling very overwhelmed, but a structured approach will help you succeed. So Tracy will go ahead with the steps that you can actually use to streamline your studies.
So, for the aspirants who are yet to begin their preparations, let me tell you, you have nothing to worry about. I am here to tell you how you can kickstart your journey. So, in the month of October, start by dedicating study hours to building a strong foundation in quantitative, general English, analytical, and LR and reading comprehension. So, familiarize yourself with the test structure, because before going deep into the subjects, it's very important that you have a general idea of how the test is going to look like. So, also begin with a SWOT analysis in the first 5 days. Assess your strengths, such as analytical skills, and identify weaknesses, like maybe time management issues, right? Recognize your opportunities, maybe studying in groups, and potential threats, such as work commitments. So, this analysis will guide you in your study strategy going ahead. Like I mentioned before, establish a daily study routine that covers all three sections. Use the 2 minute rule that we previously spoke about to memorize your formulas and build your vocabulary. As October concludes, reflect on your progress during the last week of October, evaluate what you have learned, identify areas needing more focus, and set specific goals for November. In the month of November, we would suggest that you shift to intensive practice to increase speed and accuracy while giving full length mock tests. After each test, analyze your performance and update your SWOT analysis to refine your study strategy. Finally, engage in weekly reflections. So, analyze your progress, update your SWOT analysis, and adjust your study plan as needed. This structured approach will help you identify and address your weakness effectively. So, by following this concise plan, you'll build a strong foundation in October and transition into focused practice in November. And in this way, you'll be setting yourself up for success in SNAP. There are a few additional tips for effective preparation that I would like to speak about. Number one, stay flexible. So, as we know, life can be very unpredictable. So, it's very crucial to adapt your study plan based on your work commitments and energy levels. For example, if you have a particularly busy week at work, consider reducing study hours but maintaining study quality, such as focusing on a single topic each day rather than spreading out across multiple subjects. And number two, maintain balance. So ensure you allocate time for relaxation and physical activity to manage your stress. Incorporate short breaks into your study sessions. Practice mindfulness or engage in physical activities like jogging or yoga. For instance, maybe take a 20-minute walk after studying. So this can help you clear your mind and improve your retention. So, by following this comprehensive plan and integrating these additional strategies, you will build a strong foundation in October, transition into focused practice in November, and you will slowly guide yourself towards succeeding in SNAP. In the next section, we will share the preparation strategy that helped us secure a spot at SIBM Pune. Our hope is that this segment offers you practical tips that you can adapt to your journey, while also providing the motivation you need to push yourself forward. So each person's path is unique, right? So take whatever resonates with you, apply it to your studies, and let the story inspire you to achieve your goals. Over to you, Lochan.
Okay, thank you, Shresi. So I believe that everybody is up for a story time. So I would like to share my story into how I cracked Snap and I came over to SIBM Pune. So my story, since you have heard my profile, I have a work experience and I'm a mechanical engineer. So can I just get some work people in the chat who are all working and who are preparing for your MBA exams or preparing for your Snap now? I hope a lot of people are WorkX people. Do I see any WorkX people in the chat box, or are they all freshers now? Okay. 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 I see freshers, couple of freshers. Okay. Well. Okay. You have a lot of work experience. Okay. Fine. So yeah, I can see that mechanical engineer work experience people. So working as a mechanical engineer. Okay. I was studying as a mechanical engineer, and I got a job in one of the good IT firms in India, and I was posted as a build engineer in the IT firm. So working as a build engineer in the IT firm was actually demanding because unlike most of the work experience that you see, mine was not a 9 to 5 job. Mine was a 10 to 7 job. So I used to work night shifts regularly. My shift used to start at 10 p.m. In the night and used to go on until 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. in the night. So it is a completely different experience. So the thing is, you kind of lose your rhythm when you start studying in the working in the night, especially. Your sleep pattern gets changed and your body feels the impact. Though this work X, this scenario is not continuous. I usually have like a couple of days of night shifts, but I still, you feel that lag on the day. So despite these challenges, I was very clear that I had to get into one of the best B schools in the country. So, so I'll just tell you some of the tips that I took or some of the strategies that I took when I was preparing for my MBA. The very first thing that I would like to mention, this kind of seems very old fashioned, but I found it very effective. One of the most effective habits that I built was making a to do list. So every morning, I used to get up every morning or every night, depending on the shift that I had. I used to write down the tasks that I needed to do for the day. So this gave me a structure and allowed me to prioritize my energy to those tasks, especially when I was exhausted from the night shift. Well, I'll add something more to this. Alongside a to do list, I also created a not to do list. Uh, this seems kind of odd, but when you're preparing, you lose track of the things that you're doing because sometimes I used to start binge eating and I used to juggle with my responsibilities while doing this. So maintaining a not to do list was also a very important thing that I did. Additionally, I also used to maintain a journal. I feel that self reflection is a most important trait in your most important attribute that you can have in your preparation. And this journal was not just about planning; it also helped me on my emotional and physical state too. It all depends on your state of the mind. Just be flexible with this and take this everything with a pinch of salt. But it is something that I followed. And the second thing that I did was focus on consistency. I figured a lot of people, I have few friends who prepared alongside with me, and they used to sit for 8 to 10 hours continuously during their preparation. They used to sit and do all their stuff for 8 to 10 hours a day and relax on the other days. Well, my aim was not that. Though my aim was to study, it was not to study in one day and relax on the next. My aim was to show up every single day. So I had set a plan of studying for at least 2 hours every day. So I used to make time whatever I had, whatever work that I had. I used to set 2 hours per day and work on it. This lessened my burnout throughout the preparation process. So it was about being consistent and maintaining the momentum throughout my preparation journey. So my most of my hectic days, I made sure that I put those 2 hours, and it worked wonders. So the third thing I would like to focus on is about concentrating on snap specific topics. So once you've had the habit of maintaining consistency or having a work ethic, so then I shifted my focus on snap specific areas. So I used to spend some time on grammar, verbal ability, and logical reasoning. So by October or so, I had dedicated myself to ensuring my basics were solid. So it was not just about generalized preparation; it was about uh, targeted learning for snap specific requirements. And the fourth and the final thing that I would like to mention in my personalized journey was the importance of mock test and mock analysis. When I was preparing, I got an advice from somebody. They said that nobody is ever 100% prepared. So you need to start testing your preparation as soon as possible. So many aspirants, I feel that believe that they should first finish the entire syllabus. They should cover the entire problem statements or the entire practice problems first, and then when they get like 100% understanding of the subject, then they will focus on mocks. I'm here to say that is not that is kind of a myth. So mocks actually don't just test your knowledge; they help you get used to the timed condition and the pressure in the exam scenarios. So I made sure while I was giving mocks, I made sure that I gave mocks early in my journey. So each kind of mocks exposes you to a different kind of questions. So I could deal with that. So giving mocks is just the half battle. The actual preparation actually comes post your mock sessions. Once you give a mock, let us say you took 60 minutes and gave a mock in a timed condition. Now what do you do? So you sit after every test and do a mock analysis. I was very old fashioned, so I had to maintain a mock analysis book where I used to write down my areas of improvement, what I could improve on at every section. So I used to do that, but you can always use an Excel or whatever is at your comfort level. This allowed me to see the patterns in my performance, first of all, and identify my weak areas. So I could improve day by day and mock after mock. I could see my improvement slowly building upon. So this was the detailed plan I followed. And now Shreyasi will talk about the importance of her preparation journey in cracking SNAP.
So I think I completely agree with what Lochan just discussed, because for even my snap preparation, mock tests were the game changer, right? So when I first started, I wasn't sure where I stood, but the mock tests gave me a very clear reality check. So initially, obviously, my scores were lower than I hoped, and it was disheartening. But then again, each test showed me exactly where I needed to improve, right? So whether it was time management in quant or accuracy in general English. But beyond just taking the tests, I believe that the analysis afterward is what really shaped my strategy. So I would spend time reviewing each question, understanding where I went wrong, making notes of the concepts that needed further revision, understanding if a question could have been dealt with in a different way, which would have allowed me to solve that question quicker. So this process helped me to identify patterns in my mistakes, like maybe misreading tricky questions or second guessing my answers. So with each test, I saw progress, not just in my score, but also in my confidence. So by the time Snap came around, I felt well prepared, calm, and focused. So I believe that is the combination of regular practice and detailed analysis that paved the way for my journey to SIBM Pune. That was about my story. And now over to you, Prajwal. I think he will talk about how he managed work and studies using a structured approach.
Thank you so much, Shashi, for that. So, folks, this is my preparation strategy for SNAP while balancing my job. Like most of you, I had limited time to study, but with a structured approach, I was able to optimize my preparation pretty well. So, here's a plan which I followed. Step one, dedicate 2 to 3 hours to self study daily. Since I was working, I knew I couldn't afford to waste time. I just had 2 to 3 hours of focused study every day. It wasn't about putting in hours, but it was about making those hours count. So that's what actually it was. Step two, identify your strong and weak sections. Quants and analytical, quants and analytical and logical reasoning were my strong sections, while general English was my weak section. So it's crucial to identify where you stand with each section early on so you can allocate your time efficiently. As you already know, Snap doesn't have a sectional cutoff. So just play on your strengths. Step three, allocate time to each section based on strengths and weaknesses. So each week, I focused on strengthening my stronger sections by dedicating specific time to quants and analytical or logical reasoning. During these sessions, my goal was to enhance my speed and revise the key concepts by working through more challenging questions. And for my weaker area, general English, I allocated extra attention, focusing more on reading comprehension, expanding vocabulary, and improving verbal reasoning skills. Like this approach ensure that I balance my preparation by addressing both my strengths and my weaknesses. Coming to step number four, This is one of the most important part. The best way to prepare is to simulate the exam environment on a daily or on a regular basis. I gave a 20-minute sectional mock test every day, rotating between sections. After each mock, I spent 30 minutes analyzing my performance. The goal was not just to take the test, but to identify mistakes, learn from them, and then refine my approach. Then I used to take full length mock test every week. Like once a week, a full length mock was compulsory. This helped me gauge over my overall progress and identify the sections where I was improving and the ones where I needed to work. I set aside 60 minutes for the mock and dedicated 2 hours on the next day in order to analyze it thoroughly. This analysis was a game changer as it gave me insights into my time management, accuracy, and approach. So this was the structured plan which I followed. By following this plan, I was able to continuously improve my performance across all the three sections while balancing my corporate responsibilities. So this was my overall strategy in order to ace the SNAP examination. And now I would like to call upon my friend Glenn, who will share his strategy to study for topics that are specific to SNAP.
So yeah, thanks, Prajwal. So when I had actually started preparing for Snap first, so I actually knew that I had to build a strategy routine. So what really helped me was finding a rhythm that actually worked for me. I built a timetable and then I actually prioritized the activities that I wanted to achieve. So once I was comfortable with the timetable and the flow of my studies, I realized that improving step by step was more important than trying to rush through the syllabus. So for me, particularly practicing different types of questions regularly, but like grammar exercises, reading comprehensions, logical puzzles, this gave me the confidence that I actually needed to do well. So the more I practiced, I was able to get more comfortable and I felt very at ease with these sections. And let's not forget about things such as data interpretation and data sufficiency. So these sections were actually very challenging for me at first, but because they actually require a different kind of thinking. But with consistent practice, I learned how to approach them without feeling overwhelmed. It wasn't easy, but each small win along the way motivated me to keep pushing forward. So, as I moved along with my preparation, I then shifted my focus to strengthening the core concepts that I knew would be critical in the exam. My goal wasn't just to cover everything superficially, but to really understand the key concepts that would help me on the big day. And this gave me the confidence that despite the ups and downs, I was on the right track. So I do know how stressful preparing for exams such as SNAT can be. But believe me, once you find your rhythm and trust your process, things will actually start into place. Naturally, the next question is what will all of this hard work actually lead to? The answer is a coveted seat at SIBM Pune. So Prajwal will talk over about our college. So over to you, Prajwal.
Thank you so much, Glenn. So, SIBM Pune stands as one of India's top B schools with a 47-year legacy of excellence that continues to grow. But it's more than just its rich history that sets it apart. It's the transformative experience it offers. Okay, imagine this, a beautiful hilltop campus where stunning sunrises and sunsets make every student an impromptu photographer. The fresh air, lively conversations, and the vibrant campus life makes every walk unforgettable. But beyond the beauty, SIBM Pune is a perfect blend of rigorous academics and an interactive, dynamic environment. At SIBM Pune, students have access to world-class academic resources, including a cutting-edge library, advanced databases, and state-of-the-art learning tools that ensure you stay ahead of the curve. What truly sets SIBM Pune apart is its unique student driven culture. There are 9 councils and 7 special interest groups. We are we are not just student we are not just students attending classes. We are in the driver's seat, actively shaping our learning journey. From organizing large scale events to running initiatives and leading councils, students take the charge, gaining practical real world experiences that prepares them for the corporate world long before graduation. One of the most unique aspects of SIB in Pune is the close knit student community and the strong support system. The seniors are always approachable and eager to guide you through every step of your journey. Whether it's academic challenges, career advice, or event management, Seniors are there to help, mentor, and share their experiences. Their hands-on guidance makes navigating and the demanding curriculum and the student life much easier, fostering a spirit of collaboration and mutual growth. So life over here at SIBM Pune is vibrant and constantly evolving. Whether you're organizing major events, contributing to SIGs, or building meaningful connections with peers and faculties, you are always growing. And the icing on the cake are powerful alumni network. Many of our alumni hold top positions in leading organizations and are always ready to support and mentor current students. The relationships you build here are not only invaluable but lifelong. To top it all, SIBM Pune has recently climbed 4 spots in the NIRF ranking, now proudly ranked 13th all across India. I think that's an achievement. This achievement reflects our relentless pursuit of excellence and innovation. At SIBM Pune, it's more about just academics. It's about leadership development, building lasting relationships, and making the most out of every opportunity. There's truly never a dull moment on this incredible campus. So, over to my friend Lochan.
Okay. So I've seen a lot of people in the chat asking us about the placements at SIBM. So very interesting that we bring you the placement reports. So this is so at SIBM Pune, according to the CRP report of 2023, uh, despite the fluctuations in the employment landscape, we consistently held our ground and we performed well above everybody else in the market. So for the class of 2023, we achieved an average CTC of 28.16 LPA with the highest CTC soaring at a 49 LPA. So there are prestigious recruiters at SIBM like Barclays, Bain& Company, Godrej, Marico, and many others who have made their mark on campus, helping students secure a top role and realize their dreams of working at the best in the industry. So coming over to the CRP report, so why not just let us talk about the summer placements at SIBM Pune, where the numbers actually speak for themselves. So we saw an average stipend of over 3.2 lakh, with the highest stipend reaching at about 4.5 lakhs. So you can our recruiters you can ask about. We have industry giants like Accenture, Godrej, PNG, and many others who ensure that our students gain unparalleled internship experiences at some of the most sought out companies in the industry. So these numbers reflect the unmatched opportunities and industry recognition that SIBM Pune offers, and it continues to offer year on year. So with this stats in part, how many students are really excited to join SIBM Pune this year? Okay, I'm still waiting. Best companies. Okay, the chat is not reflecting, but I hope you're yes. Now I see it. Yes, I see people eager to join SIBM Pune. So we actually loved interacting with all of you. So we have a few events coming up that are designed just for aspiring SNAP students. So Shreyashi will cover briefly about the events that we are designing.
All right. So, aspirants, we are very excited to share the news with you. First up, get ready for Nexus, our much anticipated live event hosted by SIBM Pune on our official YouTube channel this October. This interactive session is all about connecting with you and diving deep into your MBA prep. So, whether you have burning questions, you need insider advice, or you are looking for ways to sharpen your preparation, this is the perfect space for you. We want this to be your go to place to clear your doubts, gain insights, and build the confidence for your journey that lies ahead. And after that, we are very, very thrilled to announce Coffee with SIBM, our special offline event where we meet face to face. Imagine a cozy, laid back setting where we sit down together, chat, and provide real time guidance. So, this is a chance to ask questions, share any concerns, and get personal advice from those who've been in your shoes. We are here to calm your nerves, motivate you, and give you the final push as you gear up for the exams. So do not forget us, follow us on social media for all the latest updates. We are very excited to connect with you, answer every question, and build a lasting relationship as you prepare for this exciting phase of your life. It's not just about sharing tips, it's about being there for you, supporting you every step of the way, because we were there last year. So we can't wait to meet you, share a cup of coffee, and help you cross this finish line.
So, we hope today's session has offered you valuable insights into Snap 2024 and how to make the most of the next 60 days to excel Snap. Our personalized strategies are designed not only to guide you, but to inspire and empower you. With the right focus and determination, we believe that next year it will be you sitting in our place sharing your success story. We are confident that the tips shared today will help you on your journey to securing a seat at your dream B school. As you continue on this journey, don't hesitate to reach out to us through our social media handles, channels displayed as QRs in front, or the LinkedIn profiles which we have already shared in the comment section and in the description. We are here to support you at every step on the way. Wishing you all the very best for your preparations, and we look forward to seeing you excel.